The galaxy was vast, filled with thousands of alien civilizations. They were smarter, older, and more advanced than humans in almost every way. Yet, for some reason, they trusted humans with their most important secrets. At first, humans didn't understand why, but they were happy to be included in the Galactic Council. Dr. Alina Carter was one of Earth's brightest scientists. She worked at the Galactic Research Station, a giant space station where scientists from all species studied strange and ancient artifacts left behind by a long-lost civilization. These artifacts were called the relics. No one could unlock their mysteries, not even the smartest alien minds. One day, Alina was called to a secure lab. The lead researcher, an alien named Vrex, greeted her with excitement. Vrex was tall, with shimmering blue skin and a calm voice. "Dr. Carter," he said, "we've discovered a new relic, and we believe it reacts to humans." Alina stared at the relic. It was a small black cube covered in glowing lines that looked like circuits. It hummed faintly as if it were alive. "Why me?" Alina asked, confused. Vrex explained, "Humans have a unique genetic code. It's why the Council trusts your species. These relics seem to recognize something in your DNA." Alina was nervous but curious. She placed her hands on the relic. Instantly, the lines on the cube began to glow brighter, and a holographic map appeared above it. The map showed a distant star system. Along with the map came a message, written in an alien language. Vrex translated it, the key to eternal knowledge. The entire lab was buzzing with excitement. This was the first time a relic had given such clear information. The Council immediately sent a team to the star system, with Alina as the mission leader. The journey to the star system, took weeks. Alina's team included scientists, engineers, and a few galactic soldiers for protection. When they arrived, they found a massive structure floating in space. It was an ancient alien vault, bigger than any spaceship Alina had ever seen. The vault opened as soon as Alina approached it. Inside, they found more relics, hundreds of them, all glowing and humming. Each relic seemed to call out to Alina. She felt a strange connection to them, as if they were waiting for her. As Alina explored the vault, she found a central chamber with a massive device. It looked like a giant black sphere, with glowing lines similar to the relics. When Alina touched it, her mind was flooded with visions. She saw images of a powerful alien species, the creators of the relics. They were called the Architects. The Architects were the first intelligent species in the galaxy. They built wonders and gathered all the knowledge of the universe into their relics. But they also discovered something terrifying, an ancient enemy that could destroy entire galaxies. To protect their knowledge, they created the relics and hid them, waiting for a species worthy enough to unlock their secrets. The visions also revealed a warning: beware the awakening. The relics didn't just store knowledge, they also held the key to unleashing the ancient enemy. This enemy, known as the Void Swarm, had been locked away by the Architects, but if the wrong relics were activated, the swarm would return. Alina was horrified. She realized that humanity's genetic code wasn't just a gift, it was a responsibility. Humans were the only species who could unlock the relics, which meant they could either save the galaxy or doom it. When Alina shared this information with the team, they were divided. Some wanted to continue unlocking the relics, believing the knowledge could help humanity become a powerful force in the galaxy. Others, including Alina, thought it was too dangerous. The choices the team debated, an alarm sounded. A group of rogue aliens had followed them to the vault. These aliens, known as the Exarn, wanted the relics for themselves. They believed the relics could give them ultimate power, and they didn't care about the risks. The Exarn attacked, forcing Alina and her team to defend the vault. In the chaos, one of the relics was accidentally activated. The black sphere in the central chamber began to glow brightly, and Alina realized it was about to awaken the Void Swarm. With no time to lose, Alina made a desperate decision. She used her genetic code to shut down the sphere, but doing so would destroy all the relics in the vault. It was a heartbreaking choice, losing so much knowledge, but it was the only way to stop the awakening. As the relics crumbled into dust, the Exarn retreated, realizing they had lost. Alina and her team escaped the vault just before it collapsed. The aftermath back on the Galactic Research Station, Alina reported everything to the Council. They praised her for her bravery, but warned her that more relics were still out there, hidden across the galaxy. Humanity's role as the guardians of the relics was far from over. Alina returned to Earth, changed forever. She understood now why humans were trusted with the galaxy's deepest secrets. It wasn't just about their genetic code, it was about their choices. Humanity had the power to unlock great wonders, or unleash great destruction. As she looked up at the stars, Alina vowed to protect the galaxy's future, no matter the cost. The Galactic Council was in trouble. Two powerful alien species, the Trilaks and the Vornians, were on the brink of war. Both had advanced weapons that could destroy entire planets, and their conflict was spreading chaos across the galaxy. The Council had tried everything: threats, bribes, and negotiations, but nothing worked. That's when they turned to humans. Humans were known for their unique ability to feel and understand emotions. While other species relied on logic and strategy, humans could connect with others on a deeper level. This gift of empathy made them the best negotiators in the galaxy. Ambassador Alex Kim was chosen for the mission. Alex was young and optimistic, with a reputation for solving tough problems. The Council trusted Alex to mediate between the Trilaks and the Vornians and stop the war before it began. The mission Alex's first stop was the Trilaks' homeworld, a cold, dark planet covered in ice. The Trilaks were tall, insect-like creatures with glowing eyes and sharp claws. Their leader, Commander Zarnak, greeted Alex with suspicion. "We don't trust outsiders," Zarnak said, his voice clicking like the sound of breaking ice. Alex smiled warmly. "I understand your anger, Commander. Your people feel threatened, and you're only trying to protect them. But war will only bring more pain." Zarnak's eyes softened. He admitted that the Vornians had attacked Trilaxian mining stations, stealing valuable resources. "They forced us to defend ourselves," he said. Alex promised to speak with the Vornians and find a solution. Zarnak reluctantly agreed to hold off on further attacks for now. The other side next, Alex traveled to the Vornians' homeworld, a lush planet full of giant trees and glowing rivers. The Vornians were reptilian, with smooth, emerald-green scales and fierce yellow eyes. Their leader, High Chancellor Vera, was stern and proud. Vera refused to listen at first. "The Trilaks are ruthless," she hissed. "They attacked us first and destroyed our trade ships. We won't forgive them." Alex stayed calm. "I know your people are suffering," they said gently. "But revenge will only lead to more destruction. What if we could find a way to rebuild trust instead?" Vera looked uncertain. After a long silence, she admitted that the Vornians only attacked the Trilaxian miners because they were desperate for energy resources. Their planet's core was growing unstable, and they needed more power to survive. The hidden agendas Alex worked to bring the two sides together. They noticed something strange. Both the Trilaks and the Vornians seemed convinced that the other side had started the conflict. But their stories didn't add up. Alex began to suspect that someone else might be behind the war. Their suspicions were confirmed when they intercepted a secret transmission. A third party, a shadowy group of pirates called the Zyrans, was manipulating both sides. The Zyrans had been attacking mining stations and trade ships, disguising themselves as Trilaks or Vornians to spark the conflict. The Zyrans' goal was simple: chaos. A war between the Trilaks and the Vornians would weaken both species, leaving the Zyrans free to plunder their resources. The emotional Trapalex knew they had to expose the Zyrans to stop the war, but it wouldn't be easy. The Trilaks and Vornians were already so angry that they might not believe the truth. To make things worse, the Zyrans learned about Alex's mission and tried to sabotage it. They spread false rumors, claiming that humans couldn't be trusted. They even sent assassins to attack Alex, but the ambassador escaped with the help of their team. Despite the danger, Alex refused to give up. They arranged a meeting between Commander Zarnak and High Chancellor Vera on neutral ground. The final confrontation. The meeting was tense. Zarnak and Vera glared at each other, their armies waiting outside the negotiation chamber. Alex stood between them, trying to calm the storm. "The war you're planning isn't real," Alex said firmly. "You've both been tricked by the Zyrans. Zarnak slammed his clawed hand on the table. Why should we believe you? The Vornians have attacked us for years, Vera hissed angrily. And the Trelax destroyed our ships. Alex took a deep breath. I know you're both hurt and angry, but think about it. Why would either of you attack when you both have so much to lose? The Zyrans are the real enemy. They've been using your pain against you. To prove their point, Alex played the intercepted transmission, showing the Zyrans' plan to profit from the war. The evidence was undeniable. The Resolution Zarnak and Vera were shocked. For the first time, they looked at each other not as enemies but as victims of the same deception. They agreed to join forces against the Zyrans and promised to work together to rebuild trust. The Galactic Council was relieved. Alex's mission had not only stopped a war, but also created a new alliance between the Trellix and the Vornians. The lesson as Alex returned to Earth, they reflected on what had happened. Humans might not have the strongest weapons or the fastest ships, but their ability to connect with others through understanding and empathy was their greatest strength. Alex knew the galaxy still had many challenges ahead, but for now, they were proud to be a part of humanity's role as the hearts of the galaxy. The galaxy was full of wonders, but some were too dangerous to be left unguarded. One of these wonders was the Vault of Forgotten Worlds, a massive, ancient structure floating in deep space. It was said to hold the remnants of lost civilizations, artifacts, knowledge, and secrets too powerful for anyone to control. Humanity, new to the Galactic Council, had been chosen to guard it. Captain Zoe Harris was one of the vault's keepers. She was stationed on the Aegis, a sleek ship tasked with patrolling the area around the vault. Zoe loved her job. It gave her a sense of purpose. To her, the vault wasn't just a treasure trove, it was a graveyard of lost histories, and she felt honored to protect it. A warning signal on quiet day, while Zoe's crew was running routine checks, an alarm went off. A ship was approaching the vault. It didn't match any Galactic Council records. Unregistered vessel detected, said Sam, the Aegis's AI. Zoe frowned. Put it on screen. The ship was small and heavily armed. It looked like a Raider-class vessel, built for speed and destruction. Zoe's instincts kicked in. Raise shields and prepare to intercept. We can't let them near the vault. The intruders, the Raider ship, ignored all warnings and began firing at the vault's outer defenses. Zoe ordered her crew to return fire. The battle was intense, but the Aegis was built for situations like this. After a heated exchange, the Raider ship was disabled, and Zoe's crew boarded it to investigate. Inside, they found a group of aliens from a species called the Exarn. The Exarn were known for being ruthless scavengers, willing to do anything for profit. What were you looking for in the vault? Zoe demanded, her blaster aimed at the Exarn leader. The alien smirked. Knowledge, he said. Your vault isn't just a tomb. It holds secrets that could reshape the galaxy. And you humans are too weak to use them. Zoe didn't respond. She had always wondered why the Galactic Council had entrusted humans with such an important job. Now, she began to understand the vault wasn't just valuable. It was dangerous. The discovery. After securing the Raiders, Zoe decided to investigate the vault herself. Something about the attack didn't sit right with her. How had the Exarn known where to strike? Inside the vault, Zoe's team discovered a hidden chamber that had recently been disturbed. It contained a single artifact, a glowing crystal sphere hovering in midair. When Zoe approached it, the sphere pulsed with light. Captain, this artifact is reacting to you, Sam said through her earpiece. Zoe hesitated but reached out to touch it. The moment her fingers brushed the surface, her mind was flooded with images. She saw civilizations rising and falling, their greatest achievements and their darkest mistakes. Then came a voice, clear and calm. You are the last hope. The forgotten truth, the visions revealed a shocking truth. Humanity wasn't native to Earth. Thousands of years ago, humans had been part of a great galactic civilization. They were known as the Eternals, a species so advanced that they were feared by others. But the Eternals had made a fatal mistake. They had created weapons too powerful to control, leading to their own destruction. Only a few survivors were left, and they fled to Earth, erasing their history to start anew. The vault wasn't just a collection of random relics. It was a library of the Eternal's greatest secrets, locked away to prevent anyone from repeating their mistakes. A tough decision, Zoe was shaken by what she had learned. If the Exarn had gotten their hands on the artifact, they could have unlocked weapons capable of destroying the galaxy. But keeping such knowledge hidden felt wrong, too. Humanity deserved to know its true history. As she debated what to do, another alarm went off. More ships were approaching this time, a fleet of Zarn vessels. They weren't here to steal, they were here to destroy. Captain, they're targeting the vault directly, Sam reported. Zoe realized she had no choice. The vault couldn't fall into enemy hands. The final Stanzu ordered her crew to defend the vault at all costs. The battle was fierce, with the Aegis outnumbered 10-1. But Zoe's team was resourceful, using every trick in the book to outmaneuver the Exarn fleet. As the fight raged on, Zoe made a difficult decision. She activated the vault's self-destruct sequence. If they couldn't save the artifacts, they would make sure no one else could use them for evil. "You're about to destroy the galaxy's greatest treasures," one of her crew protested. "No," Zoe said. "I'm protecting it. The knowledge in that vault is too dangerous for anyone to have, even us." The aftermath of the vault exploded in a brilliant flash of light, taking the Exarn fleet with it. Zoe and her crew barely escaped in time. The loss of the vault was devastating, but the Galactic Council understood her decision. In the days that followed, Zoe couldn't stop thinking about what she had seen. Humanity's past was gone, buried along with the vault's secrets. But she believed that maybe it was better this way. "We don't need ancient weapons or lost knowledge to prove our worth," she told her crew. "We'll build our future with what we have now, with hope, courage, and each other." As the Aegis sailed away from the empty space where the vault once stood, Zoe felt a sense of peace. Humanity's role as the keepers of the vault had ended, but their journey in the galaxy was just beginning. The galaxy was full of mysteries, but none were as strange as the Mind Masters. They were an ancient alien species known as the Axirans, feared for their unmatched telepathic abilities. No one had seen an Axiron in thousands of years. They had vanished, leaving behind only myths and scattered ruins. When humans joined the Galactic Council, they discovered that the Axirans' abilities weren't just legend, they were real. The Axirans had created devices called cerebral keys, artifacts that could amplify the mental powers of anyone who used them. But these keys were incredibly dangerous. If misused, they could drive their users insane or even destroy entire civilizations. Because humans had a unique balance of creativity and emotional resilience, the Council chose them to safeguard the cerebral keys. Humanity's mission was clear: protect these artifacts from falling into the wrong hands. The Discovery Jur. Erin Hayes was one of the scientists studying the cerebral keys. She worked in a secure research facility on a remote planet, far from any major star systems. Erin was fascinated by the Axirans and their technology. She believed that if the keys could be understood, they might unlock incredible advancements for the galaxy. One day, during routine scans of a nearby asteroid field, Erin's team found something unexpected: a new cerebral key. This one was different from the others. It was larger, glowing with shifting colors, and it pulsed with a strange energy. When Erin touched it, she felt a surge of thoughts and emotions not her own. It was as if the key was alive, trying to communicate. She pulled her hand away quickly, shaken but intrigued. "This is no ordinary key," Erin said to her team. "This might be the most powerful one yet." The threat news of the discovery spread quickly, and not everyone was happy about it. A group of rogue mercenaries called the Vargons had been hunting for cerebral keys for years. The Vargons believed the keys were the ultimate weapon, capable of giving them control over the minds of entire populations. Led by a cunning leader named Kale, the Vargons launched an attack on the research facility. Their goal was simple: take the key and use it to dominate the galaxy. The facility's defenses held for a while, but the Vargons were relentless. Erin and her team knew they couldn't let the key fall into enemy hands. "We have to move the key," Erin said, her voice steady despite the chaos. "If they get it, it's over." The Chaserin and a small group of researchers escaped the facility, taking the key with them. They boarded a fast ship called the Stellar Hawk and fled into deep space. But the Vargons were right behind them, their ships closing in. As they navigated asteroid fields and wormholes, Erin realized the key was affecting her. She started hearing voices in her head, whispers in a language she couldn't understand. Sometimes, the voices seemed to guide her, helping her make decisions during the chase. "Are you okay?" asked Tarek, the ship's pilot. "I don't know," Erin admitted. "The key. It's like it's trying to talk to me." The crew looked worried, but they trusted Erin. She had always been the calm, logical one, even in the face of danger. The hidden temple of the voices led Erin to an uncharted planet. When the Stellar Hawk landed, they found ruins of an ancient Axaran temple hidden in the jungle. The temple was massive, with walls covered in glowing symbols that seemed to pulse in rhythm with the key. "This place feels alive," Tarek said, his voice barely above a whisper. Inside the temple, Erin found a pedestal that matched the shape of the key. When she placed the key on it, the entire temple lit up, and a holographic figure appeared. The figure was an Axiron, a tall, elegant being with shimmering, translucent skin and glowing eyes. It spoke directly into their minds. "We are the Axirans," the figure said. "Our knowledge was meant to guide, not control. The cerebral keys were created to share wisdom, but they were misused, leading to destruction. Only those with pure intentions can unlock their true potential." The final stand before her, Erin could ask more questions. The Vargons arrived. Kale and his soldiers stormed the temple, demanding the key. "This power doesn't belong to you," Kale said, pointing a weapon at Erin. "It doesn't belong to anyone," Erin replied. "The Axarans didn't create it for war." A fierce battle broke out. Erin's team fought bravely, using the temple's traps and defenses to hold off the Vargons. But Kyle was determined. He reached the pedestal and grabbed the key, ignoring Erin's warnings. As Kale tried to use the key, it backfired. The energy surged through him, overwhelming his mind. He screamed and collapsed, the key falling from his hands. Erin picked it up and placed it back on the pedestal. The Axiran hologram reappeared. "You have proven yourself worthy," it said. "The key will remain here, safe from those who would misuse it." The resolution, the temple sealed itself, hiding the key forever. Erin and her team returned to the Stellar Hawk, exhausted but victorious. Back at the Galactic Council, Erin reported everything that had happened. The council praised her courage and wisdom, but Erin felt uneasy. "The keys are too dangerous," she said. "We shouldn't be studying them. We should be making sure they're never found again." The council agreed, and a new plan was made to protect the remaining keys. Humanity would not seek power from the past. They would focus on building a better future. As Erin looked out at the stars, she felt a quiet pride. Humanity had been chosen to guard the Axirans' legacy, not because of their strength, but because of their heart. They weren't masters of the galaxy, they were its protectors.